Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're exploring how to build emotional resilience in love and overcome heartbreak using Stoic wisdom. We all know that love can bring incredible joy and sometimes deep pain. But what if we could transform that pain into strength? In the next few minutes, I'll share how ancient Stoic principles like embracing what you can control, practicing radical acceptance, and using mindful reflection can help you navigate the storms of heartbreak. Whether you're healing from a breakup or looking to fortify your emotional well-being, these timeless strategies offer a path to not only survive love's challenges, but to grow from them. Let's dive in and discover how you can turn heartache into a powerful journey of self-improvement and resilience. Mantra 1. Embrace the dichotomy of control. Picture your life as a grand canvas painted with countless colors. Some of these colors, like your thoughts, emotions, and actions, are yours to choose. Others, like the opinions of others, the weather, or the outcomes of events, are beyond your control. This simple yet profound insight can change how you handle heartbreak and love. Imagine feeling overwhelmed by the end of a relationship. Instead of dwelling on why things happened or what your ex-partner did, pause and ask, what part of this situation is within my control? Likely the answer is your own response. You can't change the past or the other person's actions, but you can control how you process your emotions and learn from the experience. By accepting that only your internal state and choices are yours to command, you free up energy. That energy can be redirected into healing, self-improvement, and even preparing for future love. It's like being the captain of your ship in a vast ocean. You can't control the waves, but you can adjust your sails. In relationships, this means focusing on your personal growth, communication skills, and emotional well-being rather than trying to fix what's already broken. So as you navigate the choppy waters of heartbreak, remember your power lies in how you respond. Embrace what you can control, let go of what you can't, and steer your ship toward a horizon filled with possibility and inner peace. 2. Practice radical acceptance. Let's talk about radical acceptance, a cornerstone of Stoic wisdom that becomes especially vital during heartbreak. Radical acceptance means fully acknowledging reality, no matter how painful it may be, without resistance or judgment. It's about saying to yourself, this is what is happening and I will deal with it. Imagine your heart is wounded after a breakup. You might be tempted to fight the pain or blame yourself and your partner. Radical acceptance invites you instead to gently acknowledge the hurt and the loss, understanding that these are natural parts of love and life. When you accept reality as it is, you stop adding extra layers of suffering on top of what's already there. By embracing radical acceptance, you create space for healing. Instead of getting caught in endless cycles of regret and what-ifs, you focus on what's real and what can be learned. This doesn't mean you approve of the pain or that you're passive about it. It means you recognize that fighting reality only intensifies your suffering. Acceptance becomes the first step toward change and growth. As you work through heartbreak, remind yourself that every emotion, no matter how painful, is a teacher. Through radical acceptance, you learn to sit with your feelings, understand them, and gradually release them. This gentle approach not only aids in recovery, but also builds a resilient heart, ready to love again when the time is right. 3. Use negative visualization. We're discussing negative visualization, a powerful Stoic practice that might seem counterintuitive at first, but is incredibly useful, especially in matters of the heart. Negative visualization is about imagining the worst-case scenarios before they happen, not to dwell in pessimism, but to build gratitude and resilience. Imagine for a moment what life would be like if you lost the relationship you cherish. Instead of shying away from that thought, allow yourself to explore it in your mind. This exercise isn't meant to invite despair, but rather to remind you that loss is a part of life and that the pain you feel now is temporary. By visualizing these outcomes, you prepare yourself mentally and emotionally for any eventuality. When you engage in negative visualization, you start to see the value of what you once had and learn to appreciate it more deeply. Even if you're facing heartbreak, you can remind yourself that this moment, painful as it is a part of your larger journey. It teaches you about impermanence and the transient nature of all things, including relationships. Furthermore, this practice can lessen the shock if loss does occur. You build a kind of emotional armor that helps you bounce back more quickly. Instead of being blindsided by grief, you're ready to face it head-on, knowing that you have the strength to overcome it. So, while it might feel odd to contemplate negative outcomes, remember, this is a tool for cultivating gratitude and a resilient heart. 4. Cultivate inner virtues. A key aspect of Stoic wisdom that can fortify you against heartbreak. When a relationship ends, it's natural to feel vulnerable, but by focusing on inner virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, you can build a resilient, grounded self. Imagine your virtues as the pillars of a strong temple. Each pillar supports you, even when the external world crumbles. Wisdom helps you learn from past mistakes. Courage gives you the strength to face emotional pain. Justice ensures you treat yourself and others with fairness. And temperance helps you maintain balance in the midst of turmoil. By consciously developing these virtues, you create an inner sanctuary that remains unshaken regardless of external circumstances. Instead of feeling defeated by heartbreak, you see it as an opportunity to strengthen your character. Each challenge becomes a lesson, each setback a chance to build resilience. Take time each day to reflect on these virtues. Journal about moments where you acted wisely or courageously, and consider areas where you can improve. Over time, this practice not only helps you heal, but also transforms you into a more balanced and self-assured person. In love and in life, cultivating inner virtues is like nurturing the roots of a mighty tree that can weather any storm. 5. Engage in mindful reflection. A practice that helps you navigate the emotional turbulence of heartbreak with clarity and calm. Mindfulness is about being fully present in the moment, observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment. Imagine sitting quietly after a painful breakup, simply noticing your emotions as they arise. You might feel sadness, anger, or even confusion, but instead of getting lost in them, you watch them like clouds passing through the sky. This mindful awareness allows you to experience your feelings without becoming overwhelmed. Through mindful reflection, you gain insight into the patterns and triggers of your emotions. You start to see how your mind reacts to loss and how these reactions affect your overall well-being. With regular practice, mindfulness helps you break the cycle of rumination and find a sense of peace amid the chaos. Set aside a few minutes each day for mindful reflection. Whether it's through meditation, deep breathing exercises, or simply a quiet walk in nature, allow yourself the space to be present. This practice not only soothes the immediate pain of heartbreak, but also builds long-term resilience by teaching you to respond to life's challenges with a calm and clear mind. Remember, the goal isn't to suppress your emotions, but to understand them. Through mindful reflection, you create a bridge between your inner experience and the outer world, enabling you to move forward with greater wisdom and grace. 6. Rational analysis of emotions. The Stoic practice of rational analysis of emotions, a method that helps you understand and manage your feelings during heartbreak. At its core, Stoicism teaches us that while emotions are natural, the judgments we attach to them often lead to unnecessary suffering. When faced with the pain of a breakup, it's easy to let emotions spiral out of control. Instead, take a step back and engage in rational analysis. Ask yourself, what exactly am I feeling? Why do I feel this way? What is the source of this emotion? By dissecting your feelings, you can identify which parts are based on assumptions, past experiences, or misinterpretations. This analytical approach allows you to challenge any irrational thoughts. For instance, instead of thinking, "I'll never find love again," you might recognize that this is an overgeneralization fueled by temporary pain. Rational analysis encourages you to replace such thoughts with more balanced ones like, "This is a setback, but I can learn from it and grow." By examining your emotions with reason, you gain perspective. You start to see that while the initial surge of pain is natural, it doesn't have to define your future. This process empowers you to make conscious decisions about how to respond rather than being controlled by fleeting feelings. Ultimately, rational analysis of emotions bridges the gap between the heart and the mind. It transforms overwhelming pain into actionable insights, paving the way for healing and personal growth. By regularly practicing this method, you not only overcome heartbreak, but also develop a more resilient and balanced approach to all of life's emotional challenges. 7. Journaling as a tool for insight. We're discussing the power of journaling as a tool for insight, an essential practice for anyone working through heartbreak with Stoic wisdom. Journaling isn't just about recording events. It's a reflective process that helps you understand your emotions, track your progress, and clarify your thoughts. Imagine pouring your heart out onto paper after a difficult breakup. As you write, you might notice patterns in your feelings, identify recurring themes, or even discover underlying beliefs that have contributed to your pain. This act of putting your thoughts into words creates a safe space for self-exploration and healing. Journaling allows you to step back and view your experiences from a different perspective. Over time, your entries become a roadmap of your emotional journey, showcasing how far you've come and highlighting lessons learned along the way. It's a tangible reminder that even in the midst of heartbreak, there's growth and progress. Regular journaling also provides a moment of pause in your busy life, a dedicated time to reflect without distractions. This practice not only aids in processing your emotions, but also serves as a powerful tool for planning your future. By reviewing your entries, you can set intentions, develop strategies for self-improvement, and celebrate small victories. So grab a journal, a pen, and some quiet time. Let your thoughts flow freely and allow the process of writing to transform your pain into wisdom. Over time, you'll find that journaling becomes a trusted companion on your path to emotional resilience and personal growth. Let's reframe heartbreak as an opportunity, a transformative perspective rooted in Stoic philosophy. While the pain of losing love can feel crushing, each heartbreak also presents a chance for growth and self-discovery. Imagine looking at a shattered vase. At first, it seems like only loss, but if you examine the fragments closely, you might find beauty in its brokenness. Similarly, when a relationship ends, it can be a powerful catalyst for change. It forces you to examine your inner world, question your habits, and ultimately, to reinvent yourself. By reframing heartbreak as an opportunity, you shift your focus from what was lost to what can be gained. This perspective encourages you to see challenges as stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. It's about understanding that every ending makes way for a new beginning, and that the lessons learned from heartbreak can lead to more meaningful future relationships. This approach isn't about denying the pain, but about harnessing it for positive change. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can I use this pain to become a stronger, wiser person? Each insight you gain becomes a tool for personal development, enriching not only your capacity to love, but also your overall resilience. Remember, heartbreak is not a dead end, but a detour leading you to a deeper understanding of yourself. Embrace the opportunity to evolve, knowing that every experience, no matter how painful, is a chapter in your larger story of growth and transformation. 9. Prioritize self-care and personal growth, a crucial strategy for overcoming heartbreak with Stoic wisdom. When love leaves you feeling drained, it's essential to nurture yourself and invest in your well-being. Self-care goes beyond bubble baths and treats. It's about establishing routines that promote mental, emotional, and physical health. After a breakup, you might feel lost or unmotivated. This is the perfect time to reconnect with yourself. Engage in activities that bring you joy, whether it's exercise, reading, or learning a new skill. These practices reinforce your self-worth and remind you that you are complete on your own. Personal growth means using this time to reflect, learn, and develop. Heartbreak, as painful as it is, offers a unique opportunity to understand your values, strengths, and areas for improvement. Consider setting small, achievable goals that help you rebuild confidence and foster resilience. Whether it's mastering a hobby or deepening your spiritual practice, each step forward is a victory over the despair of loss. Moreover, self-care is about creating healthy boundaries. It's perfectly acceptable to take time off from social engagements or even limit interactions that remind you of your past relationship. Prioritizing your well-being isn't selfish, it's necessary. By putting yourself first, you create the foundation for future, healthier relationships built on mutual respect and genuine connection. So, as you navigate the aftermath of heartbreak, remember, your most important relationship is the one you have with yourself. Invest in self-care, embrace personal growth, and trust that this period of healing will ultimately lead to a stronger, more resilient you. 10. Build a supportive inner dialogue. A key strategy for overcoming heartbreak and nurturing emotional resilience, using Stoic principles. Our inner voice can either be our greatest ally or our harshest critic. When facing the pain of lost love, cultivating a compassionate, rational internal conversation is essential. Imagine your mind as a trusted friend. What would you say to someone you care about who's hurting? Likely, you'd offer understanding, patience, and encouragement. Now imagine treating yourself with the same kindness. Instead of succumbing to negative self-talk like, "I'm not good enough," or "I'll never love again," you can learn to speak to yourself in a supportive, balanced way. A supportive inner dialogue means recognizing your worth and acknowledging that your pain does not define you. It involves replacing self-criticism with affirmations that remind you of your resilience and potential. When a wave of sadness hits, pause and remind yourself of past challenges you've overcome. Reflect on your strengths and the progress you've made, no matter how small. You can also practice reframing negative thoughts by asking, "Is there another way to view this situation?" This simple question can shift your focus from what you've lost to what you've learned, fostering a mindset that's geared toward growth rather than despair. Over time, this practice helps you develop a kind, compassionate inner voice, a voice that supports you through every setback and celebrates your progress. By building a supportive inner dialogue, you lay the foundation for lasting emotional resilience, ensuring that even in moments of heartbreak, you remain your own best advocate.